Lax World presents the Lax World Lacrosse Blog, updated daily with news on all the local high schools and colleges, plus looks at who's recruiting the local stars of tomorrow. All the lacrosse news a fan could want at PressBoxOnline.com. And welcome back to Inside PressBox. For decades, the Baltimore Blast have excelled both on the field and in the community, but Blast fans wouldn't be calling themselves Blast fans had it not been for my next guest. And he is the owner of the Baltimore Blast, former chairman of First Mariner Bank, Ed Hale. And Ed, everybody knows the news about your leaving, stepping down at First Mariner. So what are you doing to keep busy aside from owning the Baltimore Blast?
The Blast does keep me a little bit busier than what it used to, paying a little bit more attention to it because I'm not going to all the bank meetings anymore. But I'm chairman of Visit Baltimore, which is BACVA, has oversight of the convention center. I'm the treasurer for the re-election campaign for Ben Cardin, a few odds and ends like this, and I have significant real estate holdings, which I've always had, that I'm continuing to operate and also develop.
The issue of Visit Baltimore, which used to be BACVA years ago, you were appointed by then Mayor O'Malley.
Correct.
And then Sheila Dixon kept you in that position.
Right.
And now Stephanie Rawlings Blake has kept you in that position. Is that sort of a cushy job, or is it something that you get to use your areas of expertise to better the city?
Well, I think that one of the greatest things that Baltimore has to offer is tourism. When we were growing up, you didn't have, you don't have the tourism that now. Back then, you don't have like what you have right now. We had all the Rust Belt type places, Bethlehem Steel, GM, and all those things. They're gone, so we had to make something else. And Governor Schaefer is largely responsible for that. And when he did it, he started a renaissance in Baltimore that continues today. So you have to sustain it all the time. You have to bring all the people together, the restaurateurs, the hoteliers, all the concierge have to get together, and you have to work with sports teams. And they thought that I was probably a good person to do that.
Well, I think you are the perfect person to do that. Tell me a little bit about how Baltimore and the state of Maryland has gotten themselves into, with all due respect, the situation they're in with arena-wise. It had your former bank's name attached to it. It was a great deal that you came up with to get the naming rights. Mm-hmm. But the building is it's close to 50 years old now.
That's correct.
It's 51 years old.
I was a junior in high school, and I used to go watch the Knicks play the Bullets there, when I was a kid, and the Clippers play. And, it's time for us to do something about it. Unfortunately, with the credit markets being what they are today, it's virtually impossible to get financing to do something like that. There's been a few things that have come up. Mr. Hackerman has been talking to the Greater Baltimore Committee and us about doing a convention center expansion, which we need to keep competitive, and have the arena be at the same site. Hopefully we can do that, and we're working on it right now, but the financing it's always about the money.
Is an arena update, does it make sense for Baltimore and the state of Maryland, even without the carrot of NBA, NHL, which I don't think there's any shot at? Does it make the concerts, the circuses, the ice skating, the Blast, does it make all those events better and bigger?
Well, I think if we have a better venue in a better location, certainly we're gonna have a much better fan base for all that. And if we did it over where they're talking about doing it, it's a much better location than the existing arena. It's old, but I think that the SMG who manages the arena, Frank Remish, do a great job with what they have.
They do an amazing job.
And, it's always listed as one of the greatest arenas in the country.
Yeah.
For its size, and even for the events that we have, it's like 132 events. We believe that he's made something out of this where it was languishing for a while. Now it's back on top. People want to come here. Baltimore has a great fan base for sports, but also for
tourism.
All tourism, but also for music entertainment. When you have the U2, and you also have the Rolling Stones come here. Bob Seger was here over Thanksgiving. We're selling the place out all the time. So it's good, but it could be better.
All right. We're going to talk with Ed Hale. When we get back, we're going to find out how he keeps the Baltimore Blast atop the standings of the Major Indoor Soccer League. We'll be right back after this. Inside PressBox is presented by Friedmont Mortgage. Don't make a 30-year mistake by choosing the wrong lender. Go to Friedmont.com now for all of your mortgage needs.